courtyard to the Mahabodhi tree, which is a sapling that derives from the original tree of the Buddha. Of course, we all know that the Buddha sat down and gained enlightenment underneath the Bodhi tree. So centuries later, they took a sapling and brought it to Sri Lanka. History is that while it grew steady here in the stronghold of the sacred island and the Dharma flourished, the invaders almost ruined and destroyed Buddhism in its homeland. And so, as a kind of rebirth, they brought a sapling back from Sri Lanka back to India and replanted it in its original spot, so that it almost came home in full circle, which is an unbelievably beautiful metaphor for the entire pilgrimage that we're on. Many people are undergoing a very powerful hero's journey of death between or initiation and rebirth. So this is a great metaphor for the entire pilgrimage here.
Namo Buddhaya. Good morning, everyone. Have a nice day. We are here gathering together in the morning session. So, today is a very special day for the Sri Lankan Buddhist people because the reason is that today is the full moon Phoya day and the last and final Phoya day in this year. Therefore, uh, in the early frosty morning, the local Buddhist people, they reach to this sacred place. We are here in Bodhi tree, under the Bodhi tree. This is a very historical place in Sri Lanka. As you know that this belongs to the first capital city in Sri Lanka 2500 years ago. Therefore, we are very lucky in this moment and today morning gathering together. Now we are going to observe the 8 precepts on this Phoya day. Phoya means the full moon day. Every month in one day it's called the full moon day. Therefore today is the full moon day. Earlier I told you that this Bodhi tree 2500 years ago our Lord Buddha got the enlightenment under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya at India. Therefore this original the branch of Bodhi tree fetched to Sri Lanka Nan Sangamitta. As a lady, she brought this branch of Bodhi tree to Sri Lanka on today, on full moon day. Therefore, this is very special occasion for you and me and every people gathering together in this very special full moon day. So, dearest people, 2500 years ago, our Lord Buddha got enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. He is take off his craving by myself and he got the enlightenment and his spiritual power. It's called Four Noble Truths. I think you may understand what is the meaning of Four Noble Truths. As a Buddhist people, you may realize what is the meaning of Four Noble Truths. The Buddha, like a very simple man, poor, innocent, and hard-working farmer, flows the smile paddy field early in the frosty morning. Behind his Tajan-catched tiny cottage with 2 grey buffalo bulls to get a good harvest to maintain his poor family. Therefore, the Lord Buddha also tried very hard to get something as a noble truth, as four noble truth. Therefore, the result not only for himself, for the others benefits. Therefore, the Buddha got enlightenment under the Bodhi tree to realize to others and other people what is the meaning of the life. Therefore, only few people in this world who are try to concern and try to follow the Buddhist teaching of the Buddha. Therefore, there are three kind of triple gems belongs to Buddhism. The first is Buddha, and the second one is his doctrine Dhamma, and the third one is Sangha. I am also belongs to Sangha. Therefore, every people who are concerned or try to follow the Buddhism belongs to the triple gems. That's why every Buddhist people they call triple gems bless you. Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. We are not pay respect to the people. We are not concerning about the people. The person who try to protect the qualities of the Buddha belongs to the Sangha. Therefore, Buddha and his qualities, Dhamma's doctrines, qualities, and also the Sangha. Sangha also try to protect the pious, sila, the moralities. Therefore, these kind of triple gems belongs to the Buddhism. Therefore, as a Buddhist people, I think you are very lucky to be here today morning. You say there are so many people walking around here, but I think it's quiet, calm and very silent. It's not too noisy, but we can hear some birds are singing because of this sacred place. Every people, every human beings are belongs to the non-violence. The Buddhist and Buddha's the main concern about the non-violence. Therefore, I think I am try to explain you something almost 3 years later. I didn't use English. I mean that as a Dhamma doctrine I didn't use, but 3 years later I try to speak you something as my best. Therefore, I am sorry about my English speaking. I mean that I try my best. So anyhow, today in this place we are going to observe the 8 precepts. You know that every Buddhist people they are following the 5 precepts. I think you already know what is the meaning of 5 precepts. The Buddhist man who try to protect by himself, he belongs to the Buddhism. He is try to protect 5 precepts. The first one is Panatipata, the second one is Adinadana, and third one is Kamesu Michachara, and the fourth one is, what is it? Musavada, and also the fifth one is Surameraya. I think you know the meaning. And today we are add more 3 precepts to the 5 precepts. Therefore, it's becoming 8 precepts. In this occasion, in this full moon day, every Buddhist people who are gathering here or any place, every temples in Sri Lanka, they observe 8 precepts or 10 precepts. The Buddha said that, and he is explained 8 precepts and 10 precepts. But anyhow, as a Buddhist man, we always must try to protect What is it? 5 precepts. 5 precepts. It's midnight, in the morning, or afternoon, doesn't matter. But as a Buddhist man, he must try to protect the 5 precepts. Now, today, we are going to add more 3 precepts, including the 5 precepts. You understand? So, I think it's time to observe the 8 precepts. So, you have to follow me. So, after I am telling you the Pali words, so you may understand the meaning of the precepts. You can follow me. Namo tassa Buddhang saranang gacchami. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranam gacchami. Tatyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatyampi buddham saranam gacchami.
Tatyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatyampi dhammam saranam gacchami.
Tatyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatyampi sangham saranam gacchami.
Panatipata viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Panatipata viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I will abstain from being harmful to living beings. Adinadana viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I will abstain from stealing. Abbrahmacharya Abbrahmacharya viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I will abstain from all sexual practices. Musavada viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I will abstain from uttering lies. Surameraya Majjapama Dattana viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I will refrain from intoxicating drinks and drugs which lead to carelessness. Vikale bhojana viremani sikkhapadang samadhiyami. I will abstain abstain
I will abstain
from eating
from eating
afternoon time.
afternoon time.
Nacha
Nache
Gita Vadita
Adite
Visuka Dasana
Visasana
Mala
Mala
Gandha
Gandhe
Vilepana Dharana Mandana Vibhusanatthana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. I will abstain from listening or playing music, songs, wearing flowers, jewelry, and other ornaments. Uchchasayana Mahasayana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. I will refrain prolonging sitting or hiding and luxurious places. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I will observe this kind of 8 precepts by myself. I will observe this kind of 8 precepts by myself. I will observe this kind of 8 precepts by myself. Sadhu. So now we already observed 8 precepts, including 3 precepts to the 5 precepts. So I think you know that what is the meaning of 8 precepts and why we have to observe the 8 precepts to protect ourselves on today. So when you going back to the hotel also, it doesn't matter whenever you are stay, but you always try to concern, I am already observed and try to protect by myself the 8 precepts. Therefore, now this is happened. Now you already became a Buddhist people. Now your Buddhism belongs to the Buddhist. That's it. Before earlier, I told you that the person who try to understand about the Buddha and the person who try to understand about the Dhamma and the person who try to understand about the Sangha, not only the triple gems, the meaning of the triple gems is automatically belongs concerning the Buddhism. Therefore, I know earlier you may understood some Buddhism belongs to the Vajrayana, Tibetan, or it doesn't matter. But the same things the Buddha said that the same things try to concern the Nibbana, to take off the craving and get the enlightenment. That's it. For the example, there are so many ways to get the destination to the Washington or New York, but so many ways, but the final destination is New York. Therefore, the Buddha and his after following many disciples and devotees, they divided as a category of Buddhism, but it doesn't matter. Theravada or Vajrayana or Tibetan or Mahayana, but it doesn't matter. The final destination will be there. Every Buddhas or any kind of Buddha taught the same thing concerning about the enlightenment or Nibbana. That's it. There are so many ways, but the final destination, the same place. Therefore, the Sri Lankan Buddhism belongs to the Theravada Buddhism. Thera means that elders. Thera means elders. Theravada means that saying. The elders people, what they say, we have to follow it. That's the meaning of the Theravada. Elders saying what they say, we have to follow it. Therefore, in the past time, there are so many knowledgeable monks were in Sri Lanka and around these Asian countries. You know that after passing away the Buddha, the Lord Buddha's doctrine was spread throughout the Asia, throughout the world. But at that time, 2500 years ago, the situation not like this. We can fly, we can go by bus, but at that time, the Buddha walked around the country. For example, after getting the enlightenment, Buddha tried to think, which man I should spread the first doctrine. Then he thought the 5 people, at that time they were so far from his distance. Then he walked to meet them by himself, not by car, by taxi, or by aeroplane. He walked by himself. At that time, that place distance almost 280 kilometers. The Buddha walked to give the Dhamma delivery the first time. Therefore, 2500 years ago, very difficult situation, very rural area at that time. You may concern, even today you can go to India, some places very difficult to walk, very difficult to live. Why the Buddha came to the world, or Prince Siddhartha came to the world? To take off, simple answer is to take off craving, to understand the meaning of life. Therefore, the Buddha tried to spread his doctrine throughout his lifetime. Almost how many years?
80?
45 years. The lifetime of the Buddha's period, he spread his doctrine with concerning about the Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths, the main teaching of the Theravada Buddhism about the Four Noble Truths, and 8 precepts or 8-fold path. Therefore, the Buddha tried to concern and try to spread the doctrine. After passing away the Buddha, dearest people, there was a first council. After 3 months later, the passing away the Buddha, there was a first Buddhist council. And also the second one and the third one was after passing away the Buddha, 235 years later, the third Buddhist council was established. As a result of the third Buddhist council, the Sri Lankan people got the enlightenment, Buddhism to Sri Lanka. You understand? It means that after passing away the Lord Buddha, 235 years later, the Buddhism arrived to Sri Lanka. Who brought it? Who brought it? Maha Mahinda. His name is Maha Mahinda. Maha Mahinda is the king's son. Who is the king? King Dharmashoka, the great emperor in India, like who? Napoleon Bonaparte. Yes, he tried to conquer all around India. So finally, he converted to Buddhism and tried to protect the Buddhism. He built 85,000 Buddhist temples around India. So finally, he spread and delivered the messengers of the doctrine to 9 countries in Asia. So as a result of this case, the Sri Lankan Buddhist people got Buddhism to Sri Lanka. So finally, his sister called Nun Sanghamitta. Sanghamitta, she brought the Bodhi tree to Anuradhapura from India. It is today. Today is the day she was arrived to here and established the Bodhi tree in Anuradhapura and give the ordination to the woman in Sri Lanka. Because Maha Mahinda Thera, he is not permission, he can't do the ordination to the woman. But he brought and he fetched Buddhist nun from India to Sri Lanka and established here woman's ordination. It is also today on this full moon day. That is the historical ideas about the full moon day. The special things what happened in the past, it is on today full moon day. Therefore, now we are here. Here means that we are very lucky place and sacred place. At that time, you can concern this very huge stone wall around here. Even today, we can't weight 50 kilo. We can't. Very difficult. But you can concern how weight it. But the past time, there was a very strong man try to protect the Buddhism. In this Bodhi tree, there is a very long history. For example, you know the original Bodhi tree. The Buddha who got the enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, that is it. One branch of Bodhi tree. That original one in India, it is destroyed by one queen because she felt his husband was king. He loves the Bodhi tree more than the her. Therefore, she got jealousy about the Bodhi tree. Secretly, she destroyed the Bodhi tree, including some poisons. It's a pastime. Therefore, that original Bodhi tree in India was destroyed. But before destroying the Bodhi tree. This branch of original Bodhi tree was established in Sri Lanka. This is the only ancient Bodhi tree, the original branch of Bodhi tree in the world is still alive. Others are destroyed. You can understand? Yes. That's why I said we are very lucky to be here. Very lucky. And also the recognition tree in the world, the oldest recognition tree in the world, it is here. Understand? The recognition tree. How long? 2,500 years old. So therefore, we are here in Anuradhapura, the first capital city of Sri Lanka. An ancient time, you may imagine how was it. Now we are in current period, current time. Nowadays, we can go by ourselves. Whenever we want, we can go. But the past time, at that time, I think it was very difficult situation in the past. So now we already observe 8 precepts and try to protect it until whenever you want, you can keep it by yourself and take a rest. See you again.